Hey, so it's FloofyBite here. This is my first video. I thought it'd be a good time to actually start doing my videos. I'm more leaning towards just critiquing movies and such, so I thought it'd be a good time to start since Watchmen just came out. I went and saw the midnight showing on Thursday. Amazing. I thought it was one of the best comic book movies of the year. Up there was 300. Of course, it's the same director with Zack Snyder, though, so it's not a big shocker. To start off, the opening credit scene was amazing. I thought it was really cool that how they grouped it all together and didn't have to just go through it bit by bit, because that movie would have been like 4 hours long. And I know I wouldn't want to sit through it. I sat through Grindhouse, good movie, but it was torture, man. Okay, so now on to the actual storyline of the movie. I thought how they really went well with all the hero stories, like with the Silk Spectre, Dr. Manhattan, and Rorschach. I think they could have gone into a little more detail with Rorschach's story, because when he got captured and got sent to jail and he had to go to see the psychologist, which for some reason they didn't name him, and he actually had his own little backstory, which I understand they had to take out because, once again, the movie would have been hella long. But they still could have gone a little more into detail of Rorschach's state of mind, if you will. Dr. Manhattan's story, on the other hand, was followed very well, I believe, and also the Silk Spectres was done very well. But I think how they, like in the book, they had her staring into this snow globe, and they just kept flashing to that image, and I think they should have just captured that a little more. Because if you notice, when she's watching the TV as a child, you'll see the snow globe up on top of the TV, but they should have thrown it in there a little more. Now, one of the really cool things I liked about the graphic novel was the fact that whenever you progress through the book, like as the plot progressed, you would learn more about the hero's past. So you'd be going into the future, but at the same time you're going to the past. Now, as for going into the future, when Bernie and Bernard weren't in the movie, which kind of upset me. Like, yeah, they're in the one scene at the end where they hug, which really doesn't have any significance, except it's just supposed to make the fanboys happy. I was happy when I saw that part at the end, but still, they should have thrown in the whole civilian drama too, because really, the city's just as important as the actual heroes are in the movie. So I wish I could have seen a little more of them. And then, for those who don't know, Bernie is the teenage black kid that's always sitting against the fire hydrant reading the Black Freighter in the graphic novel. And Bernard is the newspaper stand guy that keeps giving Bernie shit. And moving on to another part of the plot that I was kind of bummed about was the fact that Hollis Mason, the original Night Owl, did not die. Because in the graphic novel, as the heroes head to go see Adrian Veidt, Ozymandias, shit starts hitting the fan in New York, and people start rioting. Well, for some reason, I can't remember the reason, but they break into Hollis's house and they kill him. So I was kind of bummed about that, because to me that always represents the fact that the old days are gone for good now, because Hollis was technically the leader of the original Watchmen. So to me that was a pretty significant part of the movie. Now, as far as the cinematography goes, I thought Zach did a really excellent job on capturing the exact angles from the comic books. Like, some of the scenes he took from the Dr. Manhattan storyline was so dead on. I was almost in awe at how amazing it was. Another thing that I was happy to see was that there wasn't so much slow motion in this one, because I know Zach really likes to use the slow motion effects in his movies. Example would be 300. Like, every other scene would be in slow motion. It was freaking crazy. One thing though was the amount of gore and sex was so over the top. Like, I don't even think Alan Moore wanted it that bad, but I'm not complaining. I enjoy my gore and sex. So, it's definitely not one of the movies you'd bring your 7-year-old to go see, unless you're a jacked up parent, but hey, nothing to blame there. But overall, I give this movie 4.5 star. I'd have to say 4.5 to 5. Definite on a 1 to 5 scale. 4.5. So go see Watchmen if you haven't seen it yet. This is Floofy Bite, and it's my first video posted on YouTube. Peace.